let's just head over to the cutest little spot in my yard. It is a glorious morning. It's about 7 a.m., give or take a few minutes. I've stepped out to water some of the flowers that I've been transplanting from seedlings and all that. We'll talk about that more here in just a little bit. For now, let's just head over to the cutest little spot in my yard. Before we go in, I think I forgot to tell you, and I know I didn't record any of it because it just happened, but we had a row of Leland cypress down the back side of our property, just behind our row of crepe myrtles, all the way over to our neighbor's yard. We have one neighbor here. And then behind that is the farmer's field. Well, my husband and son-in-law, one of my son-in-laws, helped to take down all of those trees. There were about, I'm gonna have to pop in a number right here because I can't remember how many trees we had, but there were a lot of Leland cypress. They're all laying down flat and it's going to be all opened up. My crepe myrtles are going to love it because they have been shaded all these years and it's stunted their growth. I'll show you here in a second. Let's go inside here first. These are some seed starts that I started way back in March. I just didn't even film it. In fact, I did this on March the 16th. This is celosia or celosia, depending on how you pronounce it. I'm not sure the correct pronunciation, but I started all these seeds and then I had to transplant them to bigger pots, which is what I've done recently. And they're doing so well. I've clipped them back. You know, you're supposed to clip them above the second set of leaves. So here's the first set, here's the second set. That's why they look kind of funny here, but that'll push out more growth and make them thicker and bushier. I don't have pots for those. They'll be coming. I'll try to film some of that if I can. And then up here on the shelves, I have a lot more seed starts. So here's some that I ran out of trays. These are petunias that I collected my own seeds from. See here how little, there we go. See how little they are. So I collected my own seeds from that and planted them. They look a little rough, but they're hanging on. Some cosmos that I started from seed. All this I started from seed. And then here's more of the petunia plants. I'm using these little pots because they are, you know, biodegradable and that kind of thing. I'm gonna see how well they hold up. Hopefully I can get a couple years out of them. I don't know. But here's the little petunias. I'm gonna have a ton of them. Oh my gosh, look at all of them. Those are all petunias. These are loofah. One of my daughters bought me some loofah seeds and I started those back in April 13th from my daughter Anna. And here's what they are looking like. So I don't know, when I make my, excuse me, when I make my own soap, these are going to produce a loofah. And you know what a loofah is. So it'll be interesting to see how all this turns out, but look here at this. That's the first set of leaves right here. And it's just now pushing out new growth for the second set. You can see it popping up in there. This is a bit of a science experiment. I have some nigella here. They look a little sad, but they're feeling better. They're a little, they seem weak. I don't know, but they're nice and green. They just flop over a lot. And then here, let's see, what are these? I think it's more celosia. Celosia. You tell me, how do you say it? Celosia, like with an SH, or celosia, like with a, like that sound, whatever that is. Anyway, these have been clipped back. They're doing really great. And then I have some more down here on the floor. I'll tell you why everything's on the floor here in just a second. But let's see what we have here. Oh, some salvia. Planted back on the March 22nd. They're doing great. These are, oh yeah, lamb's ear. Now, one of my daughters collected the seed from her lamb's ear plants and saved them for me. And look how good they're doing. Now I have several in each because I ran out of containers. I know you're probably only supposed to do 1 or 2 per, but I ran out of containers. And then this over here is straw flower, planted back March 22nd. So they're doing well as well. Let's talk about why these plants are on the floor. Sorry, you're going to hear my dog barking in the background. He barks at all the cars that go by, and there's not very many. We live out in the country. Anyway, initially when I built this garden shed, I was going to have rows of shelving along this set of windows here, and then you can see it better. There's back 2 windows right there. I was going to have like 4 or 5 shelves from top to bottom that span the width of those 2 windows on either side, because the back of our garden shed has that clear roof. You can see it beyond the rafters, and that's where the sunshine would come in. But I'm seeing that even with all those Leland cypress down, I'm not getting as much sunshine as I wanted. So I might have to come up with a different plan. And also, I don't want all that shelving back there. I don't like the idea of it. In fact, you can see, here's the shelving that I was going to use. See beyond, outside, that pile of the white framed shelving. I was going to use that, cut it down, and then make the shelving here on these back 2 windows up and down. Well, number one, I don't want to mess up the pretty wood board that I have. This one right here. That's a piece of barn wood. It's old. It's probably 100 years old, and I want to use it. So if I were to do shelves here, it would hinder where this shelf is. Anyway, and then also on the other side, I have this look here of just a single board. It's not an old one along the side there, and I like the look of that. So I'm thinking, let me move around here. I'm thinking that on this side where the hose is, I want to add just another single board, and I think that'll be enough. When you're starting seeds, you don't need a lot of time that you're going to need that shelving. In other words, it would be maybe a month out of the year that I need that amount of shelving, and I don't know that I want to have that space taken up if I don't need it for the majority of the year. If I'm explaining that, it's in my mind. I don't know if it makes sense, but anyway, that's what I'm trying to say. So I've opted to instead use the floor space for seeds. I'm going to use this shelf on that side for seeds when I get more trays. They're on order. And then on this side where the hose is, right now I have them down on the floor, and the plan is to add another board up there, hopefully this week. So I'll have another flat area to put the trays while I can take care of them before I get them out. I mean, they're going to go out into the yard in the next couple of weeks. If you haven't watched my other videos about my garden shed, my husband and I built that. So I'm going to link those videos. I have several videos on the build, on the interior, on the exterior, how we used old windows to build it. Like, I have it all. So I'm going to list that playlist down below so that you can be inspired to go back. People on Pinterest are loving it. You guys here on YouTube are loving that build that we did. We did it last summer, decorated it for Christmas. I mean, fall. We just had a really good time. In fact, in the fall, we had a fun little video. I'll pop that video in right here so you can watch it. It was kind of a fun little play on decorating for fall and Christmas. Anyway, let me show you the stand that I used to start my plants. I'm out on our breezeway right now. So this is the entrance between our garage and our home. And this is the shelving unit that I used. I kind of made my own grow unit. And the unit itself, this is an item that I found at a yard sale for $10. Unbelievable shelving unit for only $10. It's on casters. It has 6 shelves, so that's perfect. Then what I did was I purchased some grow lights. You can see them up under here, and I secured them to the shelving with zip ties. So that was great. They plug into one another. You can see I have them all linked together. They have an on-off switch. So I can't turn them on now because I have them outside, but very quickly you can turn on and off. So I have let these seeds go for 12 hours of the light from the grow lights, and they've done well. You can see here some of the leftover lamb's ear that they're just in trays. And then here, these are eucalyptus. I used a soil blocker. I'll link that soil blocker, but it makes these little things of dirt. They kind of look like a brownie, don't they? And it even puts a little indentation for the seed in there. And then you can just use that little block and you don't have to use containers. So that worked well. Now some of the seeds didn't come up. You can see that one did not germinate. That one is just, can you see that? It's just now germinating. but most of them, they germinated weeks ago. When did I plant these? I've lost my tag. It's in here somewhere. Here it is. Planted these back on the 16th, so they're doing well. I'm waiting for pots so I can move them out to the garden shed. Then the other thing that I used were egg cartons, right? Saved these cardboard kind, and this worked out really well. I will definitely be saving more of these. It makes the perfect little container. These are rosemary, planted in April 13th, so they're doing really well. But you can see these egg carton, this deal works great. Now after you've watered them a lot and they've been growing, this gets very soft and it will just fall apart, which is perfect for transplanting. You barely have to disturb the roots. And then there's another tray there. Now down here, I had all those other plants started, but I have transplanted them to larger pots, and now those are the ones you just saw out in my garden shed. That shelving unit actually sat right here, and I could plug it in behind my washing machine. You know, every morning we turned it on at 7 a.m., turned it off at 7 p.m. every night, and it just got all kinds of warm light from those grow lights, and it could stay here tucked away. It was kind of in the way. In fact, I haven't completely recuperated from planting and having that set up in here. You can see it's a wreck. This room gets messy very quickly. But to water the seedlings, this is what I used. This is a pump sprayer. You fill it up with water. You hit this pump several times up and down. It applies pressure. And then you get this fine mist of water that comes out, and it just, softly sprays over the seedlings without drowning them. So I used this once a day and really saturated the seedlings. So I think that's why I had so much success. I got to get my day going. I mean, it's early. I don't even have my contacts in. What am I doing here? I just wanted to show you what's been going on with the garden shed. I think some of you are wondering, like, hey, Cindy, are you using that garden shed yet? And yes, we are. I just haven't had the opportunity to film the processes that I just showed you about seed starting and all that. I'm gonna try to keep you updated on where the plants are and their growth and all that, how we're using the garden shed. I do have a plan to make a change on the front of that garden shed, so stay tuned. In the meantime, I will link the videos that go along with this garden shed, showing you how we built it, how we decorated the interior of it, and the windows and all that we did. I think that you're going to love that playlist. I'll have the whole playlist linked, like where, or whatever side of the screen it shows up. I'm not sure as I'm recording, but I will link it, and I'll also link it down below in the description. If you don't know where the description is, by the way, just scroll down below the video. You're going to see the title, and then you're going to see a little section that says more or see more and some little dots, and you tap that and it expands and it'll show you all the links that I'm talking about. I'll show you some of the products that we used. I'll share those products that we used, like the soil blocker, the grow lights, the pots that are coming today, as a matter of fact, just some of those kind of supplies. My garden shoes, like, did you see them? Aren't they so cute? And that kind of stuff. I'm going to link it down below so that if you want any of those items, you can get them. But stay tuned so that you can see some upcoming updates of this garden shed and how we're using it, and also the change that I'll be making. And be sure to watch the other videos so you can see how my husband and I built this garden shed on our own last summer. I'll see you next time.